Hi, I'm Jay with Trinity Custom Homes, and I invite you today to take a look at our beautiful Sarasota guest house. There's so many cool features and details that I want to show off. Enjoy. This is a project we're really excited to be a part of. It started 2 years ago. They own a home next door. They wanted to extend their living area, connect their home to a guest home. It was important to have really great access, an elevator. The house is really set up to entertain friends and family. We got invited and we brought in an architect to help them out. It was just a fabulous collaboration. Super important at the beginning of our conversations with the owners and the architect to make sure that their existing home well connected through exterior spaces to the new guest house. From the main house to the guest house, you'll see that we've connected the two by a path, but really it looks like it's just an extension of the main house, which is what we wanted. And the same thing happens in the front as well. We enter into a shared gate and a shared driveway, and there's plenty of room to park cars and to get in and out of the driveways. The existing home is about 20 years old, but well maintained. And the style that the owners really liked, it worked really well. And to coordinate those finishing details and those exterior details, you'll see the banding that's around the windows and the doors that closely matches the main house. We match roof pitches and things of that nature. We paid close attention to matching the window profiles, not just the exterior trims, but also the archways. Both homes incorporate arched windows and doors throughout the exterior, and that was something that helped to really tie the main house to the guest house. Really wanted to make it look like it was planned that way from the beginning, and we were able to work with that to make the guest house. Just elaborating a little bit more about how the two buildings are related to each other and how the outdoor spaces blend together so well to make this kind of a seamless transition for entertaining. It's so open and inviting to kind of go back and forth. It's just really convenient to have the homes located in the way that they are. The connection from the main house to the guest house, it's a very convenient distance away. You really can host in both locations at the same time and really spread out the event. If you're building a custom home, you really want to look at how you're going to use it. This home, as a guest house, there were some pretty important criteria. In the room that I'm sitting in now, it's it's a beautiful room. It goes up the full 2 levels to a clear story, great natural light, but then it opens up to an outdoor terrace. It's just, really well organized again for entertaining, but then it's even more expandable where we have these accordion doors that can be opened to access the interior dining room. So we've expanded the space even more. And then that spills out into the pool area. So just imagine the younger kids playing in the pool while we're having snacks, enjoying the space. And so the expandable component of this was really important to them, and it turned out really great. The long-term concept of the house is not only just to entertain guests. Maybe someday their parents want to stay here and be comfortable and kind of age out here. That was something that I thought was really wise for them to consider. We had a perfect spot for an elevator that was designed in from the beginning, and that was great. The wine area, for instance, very important space for the owners. They celebrate with wine, they study with wine, and they just really enjoy the different varieties and touring Europe. When they said they wanted a fabulous wine room, we took it seriously. We started bringing in recommendations, a high-level cooling system, insulated doors and glass, and obviously a fully insulated room to contain this, but then it had to look beautiful. Wine rooms, it's not just about temperature. Obviously, it's about beautiful storage, but it's also about controlling moisture. They're able to condition the wine exactly how they want to and control the space, temperature and humidity. In the wine area, they're using a quartzite product, which is actually a natural product. It's a lot like marble in some ways, but it's a different variety. It has a lot of variation and movement through it while staying in kind of the same color tone. It's really beautiful and elaborate. And this particular stone here is called Taj Mahal. Kind of has some translucent kind of features to it. It normally comes in like a 3 cm thickness, and they wanted it to seem like a bigger slab. We went the extra mile and actually did a miter fold on it. What that is allowed us to miter the outside perimeter of the slab and then turn down a larger piece, making that slab look thick and robust. That's a cool feature, and I love it when we get opportunities to do that. It really defines different areas. It really amplifies that space. Transcending into the kitchen. Kitchen stone is actually a man-made quartz in that area, and they didn't want a lot of movement. They wanted it to be simple. We also brought the quartzite into the backsplash, tying in the wine area with the kitchen backsplash. There's a really awesome outdoor pizza kitchen, was part of the main house, and they love spending time out there and doing their homemade pizzas. And that also just fits really well, and it blends in between the two homes. It's super accessible, and the flow is just great. They really wanted the ambiance of the fire, but they weren't really excited about the heat that it might generate. They want to be able to use it year-round, really, in the evenings, maybe while watching TV. You see many times where there's a fireplace below a TV, and if you don't take the right steps, the TV ends up not working well over time because there's too much heat. In this case, this is a double-walled glass system with an updraft system that is actually pulling the heat out of the building. And so we have the ambiance without the heat. So I always worry that a child's gonna burn themselves on the glass, but this particular unit, being a double-walled unit, you can actually touch the glass. It's room temperature. It's the interior of the fireplace that's collecting the heat, and then it's getting drawn out through the ventilation system. This home is jam-packed with beautiful finishes, from the walnut floors to the quartzite countertops and the beautiful walnut in the cabinetry and the painted cabinetry and the hand-plastered hood over the range. So many beautiful finishes. The coordination and collaboration of the hardware and the lighting that was selected. There's a walnut ceiling that you'll take a look at, and we went as far to paint all of the HVAC supply grills to match the walnut, and it's what we really want to deliver those things and make it special. As you walk through the home and you look at the various finishes, there's just a lot of workmanship that has went into the trim, the paintwork. The millwork is crisp and clean. The windowsills, the stonework and how well it's been polished and mitered and fabricated. The returns around the windows, little things like that, but they're very, very precise. We'll take a lot of pleasure in making those really perfect. In the kitchen, the way that the stone lays out with the shelving in the kitchen, shower areas, we paid extra attention to laying the tile out in the shower so that all the valving falls, within a center line of the tile or within the center line of the wall. There's a window. The tile was laid out perfect to the window, and it's a difficult tile to lay out. Little things like that show up. I'm really proud of those things. We love the challenge that they present. I look at the doorway casings and the function of the pocket doors and how smooth they are. The smooth operation, the smooth close, the smooth open, all of those things are important to us. Before we deliver a home, we're looking at all of those operations. We're testing everything. The idea really is to just turn over the keys and let our owners enjoy the home. So in order to do that, you have to spend a considerable amount of time and effort using the appliances. For instance, run a load through the dishwasher, run a load through the washing machine, test the hot water, turn the hot water in the whole house on and make sure that we have ample flow of hot water and everybody's getting their hot water. Look again before we deliver under the sinks for the third time and continue to just put our eyes on those fittings to make sure there's no drips, no droplets, things like that. It's operating the exterior doors, the locking mechanisms, going through and making sure that they have a set of keys that are all keyed alike. So they have one key to open and operate the entire home. Going further, the garage door openers work, and we program them to work with their vehicles as well. Those things are important to us. Those are the extra details. Before we deliver a home and before we pass on the keys, we literally look at every single glass surface, and I don't want to see a single fingerprint. So that's a bigger deal. It takes a few rounds to get that dialed in and perfect. Same with the floors. I feel like we probably go through on our hands and knees with our cleaning crews a couple of times before we feel like we're ready to deliver the project. We're really serious about that. There's just no shortcuts in this business if you want to be successful in delivering custom homes. We are looking for every opportunity to be precise, to deliver crisp paintwork and millwork joints, details where the jambs connect to the windows, and all the way down to just smooth locking mechanisms and operation of the windows. Everything has to be studied. We have our foot on the gas from the very beginning. We model all of our projects. 3D model, it's a conflict analysis model, but we take it all the way through and we include all of the mechanical, electrical, plumbing interactions in the home. And then we go ahead and we completely finish the home out electronically with drywall and cabinetry and any shelving that might be present. It's a giant opportunity for us to deliver the highest level of detail and precision. That's the opposite of a shortcut.